Why, look at here, look at here. It's three.
Three. It's a three-peat. It's a
We
three-peat.
are fancy tonight. Fancy. We are fancy. Well, I know that people may be like, what? So I'm going to give 1 minute, 2 minutes of context, and then introduce what the heck it is we're doing on my social media tonight that actually doesn't have anything to do with me. But this is the beauty of friendships and connections. I'm happy to host and facilitate a space, curate a space for my people to learn about my people. So tonight we have B. Sean Riley and Margaux. And if you look at the ticker going at the bottom there, it says sign up for Project Sparkle info session. And then it has a website, which is bseanriley.com. What is Project Sparkle, you ask? What the heck? What is all of that? Well, I am going to let our guests, or my guest, or my friends, talk more about it. But before we do that, how are you both? How are you? How are you, Bishan, Barry? How you doing?
I'm
How you
doing
doing?
fantabulous. I'm doing fantabulous always.
You're always
Always,
fantabulous,
always fantabulous. Always
not
extraordinary.
fantastic. Okay, right.
Fantabulous and magnificent.
And
Always,
magnificent, and magnificent. Awesome.
always.
And Margot, how are
Hello.
you?
Doing well. I don't think I can top fantabulous, but I'm
I
doing
know.
well.
None of us can. None of us can. None of us can. Well, I'm excited to have you both here and to share more about Project Sparkle and do a demo tonight. I think the people who are watching are in for a treat. And if you're watching the playback, you're in for a treat. I'm just kind of being MC, so I'm going to let Barry really take the mic. But I will say, if you have any questions, I'm not able to always see the questions in live time. So, but if you have questions, go to bseanriley.com and you'll see a link for the Project Sparkle info session, and you can click on that. And at that point, and then I will provide while we're talking a way to email if necessary, if people have questions. So that is it for me. Barry, the
All
mic is
right,
yours. Tell us about this thing called Project Sparkle.
all right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Kenya, for hosting Margot and myself as we push forward Project Sparkle, as we introduce Project Sparkle to the world um, and to communities around Chicago and around the Midwest and the country. And also, I want to say what's up to the Finding Your Voice over 40 family and the Kenya MJ Music family, um, the conglomerate,
The conglomerate. Oh,
uh,
I like that. Conglomerate. Yeah.
the conglomerate. But so Project Sparkle is a project that that Margot and myself are facilitating. Margot is the instructor. Project Sparkle really is a 4 week after school virtual micro business program for young people, where they'll be learning how to make jewelry, how to design the jewelry, and then how to sell it and market it online, as well as learn leadership and entrepreneurship skills. So that's the basic spill of it, but it's way more than that. It's way deeper than that. It's way more profound than just those things. Even and those things are amazing. Those things are great. But so for the last so I've been doing um, kind of Facebook Lives for the last couple weeks. I just hop on and just kind of introduce Project Sparkle to people, talk about the program, and really get them, aware of not just Project Sparkle and what it is, but really kind of how important it is to get young people engaged in one things that they're passionate about, and then two, the importance of pouring in, sort of folding in learning um, in those things that they're passionate about. So Project Sparkle is just one of those things that we're pushing forward right now, and it's due to start. The program is due to start the last week in October, and again, it's a 4-week program. So let me get the pitch out first. So if you know any young people, if you're a parent, if you know any young people that are creative that like to make things with their hands, like jewelry, um, definitely go to bshawnriley.com and sign up for the info session. We do free info sessions every Saturday at 10 a.m. and they're real short. They're about as long as this live is going to be, about 20 minutes. And then we have some time for Q&A after the presentation about what Project Sparkle is. But I wanna talk and kind of like bring into the conversation Margaux, who is the instructor for Project Sparkle. Hey, Margaux,
Hello.
how you doing? so I, wa- so I wanna really during this session we wanted to just highlight some of the skills and some of the things that young people will be learning
Mhm.
during Project Sparkle, as well as just some of the items that they're going to be,
Mhm.
potentially making, some of the jewelry and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
before we get into that, I want people to just kind of know how amazing and magnificent and just talented and gifted you are in
Mhm.
your craft. So first, how long have you been making jewelry?
Well, thank you for that. I started making jewelry when I was a kid. I was wearing like hair bows that I made for myself. That was my
Mhm,
thing.
mhm,
And friendship bracelets, things like that. Um, so as an adult, I wasn't really doing that until I graduated, until after college. Then I got back into being creative again. When I opened an Etsy shop in 2012. That's when I kind of was doing a lot of different things, making a lot of different gifts for friends and things like
mhm,
that. And it was suggested that I sell some things. So started making jewelry for my Etsy shop in 2012. And from there was doing craft shows and things like that. So around that time, 2012 was probably when I'd say I'd started a long-term practice of making jewelry.
making jewelry. Awesome. So
Mhm.
you said that you started when you were grammar school or high school? When you were a kid?
Grammar
Grammar school?
school.
You
Yeah,
were grammar school. So hear
yeah.
that? You hear that, guys? She started when she was in grammar school.
Mhm,
So it's not too soon to be really getting into your creative juices and trying to figure out like what one of your passions are.
mhm,
One of the lives that I did, I think the one I did last week, I talked about creativity and how important creativity is in education. One of the things that we have to make sure of as we're educating young people is to give them plenty, plenty, plenty of opportunities to be creative as they're in this space of education, as they're learning, as they're developing, as they're trying to figure out their way. Creativity is almost. I think the last week when I spoke on Facebook, I said that creativity is the one skill that kind of rules all of the other skills that you can acquire
mhm,
in your education, in your professional career. You could be the best at whatever, the best coder, the best engineer, the best doctor, best. You could have all those technical skills, but if you aren't creative in how you approach challenges and problems and opportunities, then you'll be someone at a disadvantage because of your creative skills and your creative abilities. So that's one thing that Project Sparkle is really helping young people to really develop and stuff like that. So Margaux, So you started when you were a kid. You've
Mhm.
been since 2012. You've been designing jewelry on your Etsy shop.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take some time to talk about what are some of the pieces
Mhm.
that you're gonna demonstrate for us today.
Yeah. So I'm going to be showing how to make these wire bracelets, which is one of the projects in the program, and they're just beaded wire bracelets. So these are just a couple of samples that I
Hmm.
made. I'm
Oh,
wearing
that's really nice. Yeah, I like
wearing
those.
one right
Oh,
now.
that's nice too. Oh, that's nice too.
Couple of different ones, and these are made of memory wire, so they're like very resilient. So it's a great material for beginners to start learning to work on and beading, easier than
Hmm.
string.
Hmm. Hmm.
S yeah.
Okay. So, um, you gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll continue
Yeah.
conversation as you and so let me just let people know that right now Margot is gonna be making the bracelets kind of out of your vision, out of your sight. But during the class, it's a virtual class. So Project Sparkle is a virtual class. So she's gonna have um, two cameras during the class so that the students will be able to literally see right on her desk or the table where she's going to be making the jewelry and
Mhm.
instructing them. They'll be able to see right, literally right on her desk. And but right now, you're going to have to just use your imagination and then wait and then wait until she finishes so that she can show you. So why don't you like before you make whatever you're going to make,
Yeah.
show us the raw
Some of the
materials, I
material, yes,
guess.
that's a fun part. Okay, so I
Yeah.
mentioned memory wire. So the memory wire uh comes in a set like this, and it kinda looks like a slinky.
Mhm.
So this is memory wire, and then there's gonna be, of course, beads. That's the really fun part, a variety of different beads. I'll be curating different beads for everybody, so people will have some of the same, but also different kinds of beads. These are a couple of wood beads. I've got some beautiful glass beads, and then more glass beads, that come everyone's seen these that come in a tube like this. They're
Mhm. Mhm.
glass as well. So that's what I'll be working with today to make a bracelet.
Okay.
I also have also the kids will be learning about tools, which are very important. So pliers to cut wire, and then these are round nose pliers to make our ends of the memory wire close. So they'll be learning all about what tools to use in jewelry making as well.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we'll let you get started and we'll
Okay.
continue the conversation
All right.
as you. So remember, normally during the class, there would be a camera guy so that you
Hmm.
guys can see right on the table that
Yeah.
Margot is working on.
Yeah, I'll bring you in the loop. Every so often here. So I just have a piece of wire that I've already pre-cut, okay, with the pliers, and then it's really just stringing on the bead. So this is also a part that I'll be guiding the students through is kind of design, thinking about like what colors to put together, how you want to organize them on the string. So I'll also be kind of giving some guidance in that as well, so that they can let their own creativity come through as they're putting on the
Hmm.
beads. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just stringing on some
Hmm.
beads. I'm gonna actually start by closing one end of the wire so my beads don't fall off.
Yes, I want to say something too about just the design factor.
Mhm.
That's super super important. I mean, if you're a young creative and artist, just just knowing what colors go together, what beads look good together, what beads look good next to one another, all that is super super important, and that helps your creative juices flow. I know some people. I like HGTV and I like watching people design houses and stuff like that. And if
Mhm.
you ever watched HGTV, you go in there with these, real estate people, and you see them like take these houses and completely transform them into just amazing palettes of furniture and paintings and artwork. And so this is sort of the beginnings of learning how to design things and how to
Yeah.
put colors together. Would you say that is the case, Margot?
Yeah, definitely, because we were working with a, blank canvas really, and
Hmm.
learning about just a little bit about basic color theory, what we were talking about, what colors go together. But then also I like to encourage people in my classes to sometimes break the rules. Like if you like some colors that don't necessarily go together and you think that that looks good, that's your style. So I try to encourage people to bring their style into it as well. So that's definitely the beginnings of um, that design piece that you're speaking on.
Absolutely. I do want to mention too that after at the end of the 4 week class, we are going to have a showcase,
Mhm.
an online virtual showcase, so that young people can sell their jewelry as well. So we're gonna curate all of that for students, and that's also a part of Project Sparkle. We're gonna have um, modules that the kids can watch at their own pace that just delve into the basics of leadership and entrepreneurship and financial literacy, um, so that as they are designing and making their jewelry, they can start thinking about, hey, what would it mean for me to have a micro business to
Mhm.
sell my jewelry, and make
Mhm.
a little money. So that's part of the process of Project Sparkle as well. Um,
Halfway done.
Halfway done.
Halfway done. Yeah, I've got some beads on there, so you can see I'm just stringing them on, deciding
Hmm.
what colors I want to put in what order. So almost there.
So, so since you have been teaching young people um, design and jewelry making skills, Marco, what are a couple things that stand out for you as to like aha moments for kids, or just some amazing observations and discoveries about kids making jewelry and being creative?
Yeah. Definitely that creativity piece. I'm every class, I'm always blown away, by what people could come up with that I would have never thought. It's just amazing how all our brains think differently. And then also just that, you know, freedom when they realize that there's not a right or wrong way to be creative. Those are the
Hmm.
kind of the biggest aha moments that I see where they're like, oh, what we were talking about colors and things earlier that, you know, if you like certain colors together, then that's, your style. So you can go with that and that's okay. So those are kind of the biggest aha
Biggest
moments when
things.
I see them being expressive and
Hmm.
not being apologetic for it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Um, have you ever encountered a young person kind of like either being withdrawn or being kind of unsure of their skills and their abilities before they started, and then have
Mhm.
you ever seen them like flower by the end of class, like, look what I made,
Yeah.
look what I made.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did that
Yeah,
happen?
that's definitely the good thing about, doing these group classes, because you get to it's kind of an energy that's in the air when you're creating with other people. It's kind of a synergy, so, it frees people up when they see other people being creative as well. So it kind of if you come I've definitely seen where kids come in and they're a little bit more timid, more quiet, but then by the end of the class, they're the ones who are up at at the front or on camera first, wanting to show what they made. They're very proud of what they made. So it really is that being in that group atmosphere really helps with that as well.
Right.
Mhm.
And just having been working with young people myself for 20, almost 20 years, that self development, that self esteem, that personal
Mhm.
affirmations, um, not just from adults, but like from their own peers, from other young people, is that's priceless.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
priceless when young people can find something that they're passionate about and they're affirmed in that by other young people. And that's really what Project Sparkle is about. It's really about helping young people discover themselves, discover their passion, connect to something that they love doing, that they're good at, and
Mhm.
develop those skills. And then the icing on the cake is they could potentially make some money doing something that they love. Oh my God, is that's a win-win right there? That's a win-win
Yeah.
right there. Um,
I'm
but
very excited about the virtual showcase.
mhm. Yeah, the virtual, like I said, I've done um, showcases with kids and jury, and it's been great. But I'm super excited about the virtual one,
Mhm.
because it's it's a it's a new it's I guess it's a new medium for some people to be able to sell and sell something that they made to people that they may know or may not know.
Mhm.
Um, just that alone is like when you have something and you sell it to someone and they love it, that's amazing. As an adult, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Somebody buys your stuff, you're like, oh my God,
Yes.
you bought my stuff. So as a kid, when someone buys your stuff, the validation and the affirmation,
Mhm.
priceless. It's priceless.
All done.
Bam! Look.
Okay,
She
so
did it
I
within the
did it.
20
I
minutes
know.
too. I
That
was
is
gonna say,
it.
oh, you guys, we were gonna keep it to 20 minutes,
We were
Yeah.
trying
but
to do 20
boom.
minutes, and she did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've got glass beads on there, seed beads. These are more glass beads, or these fun square shaped wood beads. And then I mixed in a few glass beads and I added a fun tassel.
That's awesome right now.
So there we
Very
go.
Look
nice.
at
Very
there
nice.
you go. Bada boom,
Very
bada
nice.
bing. Well, that's
Yeah.
it. That is
Hmm.
amazing. Well, thank you so much, Margot.
Thank you.
Um, I wanted to just let people know that go to BeSeanRiley.com, click on the Project Sparkle tab, sign up for the free info session, and we'll see you at the info session. If you have any questions or comments, um, we'll see.
Is
You
there an
can bring.
email at all that they can, if they need to email anyone, just if they watched this and maybe they just had, or is there something on the website where they can, is it better to email or how, if they're
If
still
they
got
go
some
to
questions?
yeah, if they go to BeSeanRiley.com, you can email. There's a tab on the site that if you want to just send a message, they can do that as well, right on the
Perfect.
BeSeanRiley.com. Yep.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys so much. Um,
Well, yeah, no, this was awesome. This was nice. I learned a lot sitting back listening, and I'm like, okay, so when y'all doing this for some adults, because I
well, let
think
me
the
say this.
creative
Let me
play
say this.
is important. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. So if a child, if a parent, teacher, whatever, if you have a young person that's interested, the parents are welcome to participate in the class as well.
okay,
So if you're a parent, grandma, auntie, grandpa, teacher, whatever, and you're excited, grab a young person and sign up for the info session so we can get you going. So yeah, I mean, adults can
awesome,
participate as well. We want to get the kids in there, to start learning how to do this stuff, and it helps if the parents and adults can participate as well.
awesome,
So
awesome. Well, everybody, you need to head over and go to an info session so you can get all your questions answered, including dates when it starts, including I don't know if you announced that or not, but including prices, just all those fun details. So you can make sure your kid gets signed up. And this will not take away from their time in school. In fact, hopefully it enhances their, giving them a creative outlet after school, outside of school, so that they can be actually maybe more attentive in school.
absolutely.
And they can wear their jewelry at school and all the really fun things. So make sure you sign up. You can come as soon as this Saturday for an
This
info
Saturday.
session. Yeah.
Yep.
So at 10
Absolutely.
a.m., 10 a.m.
10
Right.
a.m. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All
All right.
righty. Well, this was great, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Margaux.
Yes,
Those look
thank you.
amazing. And I don't believe, I was trying to say, no new, I don't see all the comments, but I don't see any new comments. But this will live on my platform so people can follow up and watch the playback. So,
Awesome.
All right.
all
Thank
right. You
you.
two stay
Okay.
tight, but I'm going to end the broadcast. All right. See you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.